So today I'm going to show you how to use Google Tour Creator. So Google Tour Creator is an awesome piece of software that enables you to explore real places through 360 panoramas that the students can then annotate with geographical topics that they're learning in class. So the link is in the top corner here. You will need a Gmail account to log into it. Once you're on the web page, if you go ahead and click on Get Started, this window will open. So there are lots of templates of tours that other people have made available, and you can go and have a look at those templates. But for today, I want to create a new tour. Once you've created a new tour, you get this, and my year 10 students are currently studying about Lagos. So I'm going to go ahead and pop in a title here, Lagos Land Uses. Now, in order to start a Google Tour Creator, I do need to drop an image in here. So this is one I downloaded earlier. And once I've got the image, I can then go to Create. You then get Google Maps pops up. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to type in Lagos, and I'm going to go to Lagos Island, which is the CBD in Lagos. So what we then get is we get a Google map, and you can see Pegman has been dropped on to Lagos Island. Now what I want my students to see is the differences in buildings and different way the land is used between, say, Lagos Island, which is the CBD, and Victoria Island, which is the suburbs. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom into Google Maps a little bit. Now I know Ikoyi has lots of skyscrapers, so hopefully if I drag Pegman over here, we'll then get a nice skyscraper there, which we can use as our first scene. And what I can do is I can circle 360, so we've got some more skyscrapers, some wide roadways, transport links, more skyscrapers, some apartment buildings, etc. Now, that to me looks like quite a nice picture. I know it's a bit blurry at the top, but that's fine for our purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Add Scene. Now, once we get to this, I want to set it so that the first thing my students see is this skyscraper. So I'm going to go ahead and click Set Starting View. And then this just means that when my students open it up, this will be the first image they see. So we've got the skyscrapers and the road. Now, I'm going to give this scene a title. So I'm going to call it CBD and then Lagos Island. Okay, now the great thing about Tour Creator is I can go and add points of interest. So if I click Add Point of Interest, I get this little eye that pops up. And I'm going to then describe this point of interest. So I could do it as a voice recording, or I can just type it. But again, if you've got perhaps some SEN students, doing it as a voice recording is a good way to engage them. So I'm going to say here, high-rise commercial buildings in the CBD. So that's a good description, but I may want to go into a bit more of an explanation. So I may say this could indicate high land values and lack of availability. Okay, I'll give this point of interest a title. So let's call it high-rise buildings. And then when the students click into this tour, they'll be able to click on that information point and see what I've said about it. Now I can add more than one point of information. So if we go there, I'll drag this eye across here and we'll say, let me just delete that ST. And if we call this point of interest, good accessibility. So if we say new roads built into the CBD, showing good accessibility. Okay, and I can add as many of these points of interest as I like. Now, what I can then do is add another scene. So we've got the CBD of Lagos Island, but maybe I want to compare the CBD with the suburbs. So the suburb of Lagos, if we go Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. And then the same thing again, so we get Pegman popping up there, and we get a Google kind of street view of Victoria Island. Now, if I select perhaps an area over here, so if I drag Pegman over there, and then we can do the same thing again. Yep, that's quite good, quite a nice scene. We've got some residential areas there and some shops. So we'll add this scene. And once again, I can add some points of interest, but I'll title this Suburbs and Victoria Island. I'm going to add a point of interest here, so we could say perhaps traffic congestion. There we go, traffic congestion here. So then perhaps rapid growth of Lagos has led to traffic congestion. Okay, so what I then do is I go ahead and publish that, and we've got Lagos land uses with 2 different scenes. And if I go to unlisted, if you make this public, then everybody can see it, but unlisted, only those people who have the link are able to access it. And I go ahead and click on publish. Then I get the link that I can send out to students who can view the tour and see the notes that I've written about that particular scene. So there we go. So if we go across, they get kind of a rotating view, and they can click on my notes. So ways you can use this are, firstly, you can use information from revision guides and textbooks and transfer that information into pictures of the real world, and then provide students with some comprehension questions as they click around the different spaces of different places. Or you can get students to create their own Google tours once you've shown them how to do it. I will be producing a webinar where we can discuss actual strategies of using this to develop students' learning, but this has just shown you what the software can actually do. I hope you found it useful. Thanks.